Hello everyone, my name is Tatiana, and in this presentation I will be informing you of the impacts of a raw and fresh food diet in relation to canine obesity compared to its traditional counterpart, kibble. So why is this important? What are the implications and significance of choosing which diet to feed your furry friend? There are many different options and practices available to us today, which is great because it allows for variation and can accommodate your pet's specific needs. However, it is important to understand that just like us, obesity is a disease. In the US alone, roughly 19% of household dogs are obese, and to make matters worse, about 37% are overweight and in danger of becoming obese. But these numbers don't only affect us here at home. Obesity in dogs is a worldwide epidemic that, despite many educational and informative efforts, continues to rise. Obesity can then lead to secondary disease such as cardiovascular disease and endocrine diseases. Overall, obesity is having a negative impact on your dog's welfare. So, what benefits do a raw and fresh food diet provide to our dogs that kibble falls short of? First, let's identify what a raw and fresh diet are. A raw diet consists of meats and produce in their natural uncooked state. A fresh diet is made up of cooked human-grade food, meats, and products specific to dogs' needs. A dog's basic diet A dog's basic diet needs are proteins, which are made up of smaller particles called amino acids, which aid in energy production and help in the growth and maintenance of bones and muscles. Fats and carbohydrates, which are their main source of energy. Fiber that helps healthy movement of digested food through the intestines. Vitamins and minerals, which help in immunity functions, and of course, water. Since raw diets are in their most natural state, a higher absorption percentage is present. Fresh diets lose a bit of nutrition through the cooking process, but they still generally contain a higher nutrient absorption percentage than kibble, which tends to be heavily processed and covered in preservatives and additives. In most instances, the preservatives and additives in kibble is more so in the interest of economic production versus the animal's actual needs. Looking at the comparison chart over here on the right, we can see some benefits of raw and fresh diets that many want for their dogs. Both raw and fresh foods promote a development of stronger bones and muscles, a shinier and healthier coat and skin. There's less waste excreted and healthier looking stool. There are no harmful additives and or preservatives in both foods. Raw diets take things a step further by completely eliminating chemical preservatives because you can simply freeze and store the food for later. It is also easier to control and personalize how much of each nutrient your dog gets while also keeping track of them. So, we now know the increasing issue of obesity in canines globally, the significance of why we should be working to combat it, as well as some physical benefits of each diet method. Now I will discuss the metabolic mechanisms behind each diet that allow for ideal weight loss in dogs, or ideal weight in dogs. There are three main requirements to keep in mind when utilizing nutrition to achieve an ideal canine body structure. That is the metabolic energy, which is the energy that the body creates and uses from the food and drink it consumes. The resting energy requirement, which is the minimum number of calories required for the animal to live and carry out basic functions such as breathing. And lastly, the maintenance energy requirement, which is the energy required for moderate activity in thermoneutral environments such as maintaining current body weight and composition. Since raw and fresh diets contain nutrients that are more easily digestible than kibble, this allows for more availability and metabolic energy for the animal to use. With these diets, the resting energy requirement is met daily as you customize what nutrients and how much of each your dog eats. Lastly, with these appropriate proportions, your dog can either reduce or maintain their weight to meet their ideal weight and body composition. Efficiency can be measured using the body shape composition chart above, with 3 being the most ideal. Also, a consultation with your vet on which method works best for you and your dog's lifestyle, as well as safe food handling practices, should take place.
Their ideal body weight. You then need to determine their activity level. Other things to consider are their age and breed size, which are also factors in how much you will need to feed. The average percentage to feed an adult dog is 2 to 3% of their ideal body weight. If they're highly active, you probably want to feed around 3%, and if they're overweight or inactive, 2% might be best. If your dog is a working or sporting dog, they may require up to 3.5% of their body weight. And if your dog is obese, they may need to be fed 1.5 to 2% of their body weight, and of course, exercise them as well. The average, their ideal.
So, what's your thoughts? Raw, fresh, or kibble? Thank you.